Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on tight because what I'm about to tell you is shaking up the entire NFL landscape, especially here in Cleveland. You know, the Browns have been building something special over the past few seasons, and there's this intense buzz around their quarterback room that's been growing louder and louder. But the latest whispers, the latest rumors, are pointing to a very intriguing possibility, one that could change everything for Cleveland and maybe for the entire AFC North. And it involves none other than Kenny Pickett, the young quarterback who was once a first-round pick in Pittsburgh and who now finds himself in a bit of a precarious spot here in Cleveland. Let's back up a little bit, just to set the stage. Kenny Pickett, drafted out of Pittsburgh in the 2022 NFL Draft, made quite an impact early on in his college career and was highly touted coming into the league. His transition to the NFL, like many young quarterbacks, was a mix of promise and growing pains. When he was traded to Cleveland earlier this offseason, it was seen by many as a bit of a surprise. Cleveland's quarterback room was already stacked with veterans and promising rookies, but Pickett's arrival added another layer of intrigue. The Browns, after all, have been trying to find that franchise quarterback for years. They've had some flashes, but consistency has eluded them. So, bringing in Pickett, who still has rookie contract value and some starting experience, seemed like a smart move, at least on paper. However, the NFL is a business, and sometimes the best move isn't to hold on to a player, but to leverage his value for the team's long-term benefit. And this is exactly what some analysts are suggesting now. According to one prominent NFL analyst, Cleveland might actually consider trading Kenny Pickett. Yes, that's right, trading him while his market value is still high. The idea is that the Browns could capitalize on his potential and his rookie contract, which is still relatively inexpensive in NFL terms, to bring in a more proven veteran or fill a different team's needs. The analyst points out that Cleveland's quarterback room, after the addition of veteran Joe Flacco and the hype around rookie Shedeur Sanders, has become quite crowded. And with so many moving parts, it's not hard to see how Pickett could become the odd man out. Now, let's get into the specifics. Right now, Cleveland's plan seems to be to keep Flacco as a veteran presence and mentor, especially since Flacco proved last season that he can still be a reliable backup and occasional starter. Sanders, on the other hand, is a rookie who arrived with a lot of hype and has shown flashes of talent that have Browns fans excited. But he's still raw, still learning the NFL game, and that makes Browns fans wonder, could he be the future? Or is Cleveland eyeing more experience? That's where Pickett's situation gets interesting. He's talented, young enough to develop further, but with limited opportunities for significant snaps this season, especially if Cleveland is focused on competing right now. And that's where the trade rumors heat up. One of the most discussed scenarios, according to NFL insiders, involves the NFC South, specifically the Atlanta Falcons. Why Atlanta? Well, after making a massive investment in Kirk Cousins, a whopping $180 million deal, the Falcons are in a position where they need a reliable backup or even a potential successor. Cousins is a proven NFL quarterback, but he's also getting up there in age, and durability has always been a concern. Pickett, still young with some starting experience, could be an ideal developmental project for Atlanta. They might see him as a low-cost investment who could develop into a starter if Cousins falters, or if they decide to go in a different direction down the line. For Cleveland, trading Pickett makes a lot of sense in some ways. His rookie deal is attractive to teams looking to add a young quarterback without breaking the bank. Plus, with Cleveland's current quarterback depth chart, Pickett is technically the third or fourth option, depending on how things shake out in camp. If another team sees value in him, especially as a potential starter or high-end backup, the Browns could get a decent return, maybe some draft capital or a player who fills a different need. But it's not just about the trade value. It's also about the team's long-term strategy. Cleveland has been making steady progress, and the front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive in building a winning roster. If they believe that trading Pickett now could accelerate their chances of contending in the near future, especially by acquiring a proven veteran or draft picks to bolster their roster, then it's a move that makes sense. It's a classic NFL chess move. Sometimes you have to trade a promising young player to get that missing piece that takes you over the top. Now, I know some Browns fans might be feeling a bit uneasy about this. After all, Pickett is still young, with some promising tape from college and flashes of potential in the NFL. But remember, the NFL is a ruthless league, and decisions are often made based on what's best for the team's immediate success. Cleveland's coaching staff and front office have shown they're willing to make tough calls if it means winning now. And with training camp just around the corner, all eyes are on how these quarterback battles will unfold. In terms of the bigger picture, Cleveland's quarterback situation is one of the most interesting storylines heading into this season. They have a veteran in Flacco who can stabilize things, a rookie in Sanders who could be the future, and a talented young player in Pickett who might be a trade chip. The Browns have been quietly assembling one of the most intriguing quarterback rooms in the NFL, and how it all shakes out will be crucial to their success. If they can develop Sanders and find stability at the position, they could be serious contenders in the AFC. But if they decide to move Pickett, it's a clear sign they're betting on their current core to get the job done. And let's not forget the historical context here. Cleveland has always been a franchise that's had its ups and downs, with passionate fans who demand excellence. Browns have a rich history, full of legendary players and moments, but in recent years, they've struggled to find that consistent, franchise quarterback who can elevate the team. Every move they make, whether it's drafting a quarterback, trading one, or signing a veteran, is scrutinized and analyzed to no end. So this potential trade involving Kenny Pickett isn't just a rumor. It's a signal that Cleveland is willing to shake things up if it means winning more games and returning to the playoffs. Now, what does this mean for Browns fans watching all of this unfold? Well, it's a roller coaster, no doubt. The excitement around Sanders and the veteran Flacco is palpable, but the possibility of trading away a young quarterback like Pickett adds a layer of unpredictability. It's a reminder that NFL teams are always looking for that edge, that extra piece that can make the difference between a good season and a great one. Cleveland is in a unique position right now, balancing development with winning, and every decision they make could be a turning point. This upcoming season promises to be one of the most intriguing in recent memory for Cleveland, and the quarterback situation will be front and center. Whether Pickett stays or goes, it's clear that the Browns are in a state of flux, trying to find that perfect formula for success. And for us Browns fans, that means plenty of drama, lots of hope, and some surprises along the way. It's what makes following this team so exciting: the constant pursuit of greatness, the strategic moves, and the unbreakable passion of the fans who believe this team can finally bring that elusive Super Bowl trophy back to Cleveland. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Browns front office has some tough decisions to make in the coming weeks. Will they decide to trade Pickett before training camp gets underway? Will they hold on to him in hopes that he develops further and maybe earns a bigger role? Or could they use him as a bargaining chip in a bigger deal? These questions are hanging in the air, and Browns fans are anxiously watching every move. If Cleveland does decide to trade him, it could be a move that defines their season, either setting them up for a quick playoff run or forcing them to adapt and find new solutions on the fly. In the end, what's so fascinating about Cleveland's quarterback saga is how it mirrors the broader NFL landscape, a league where talent, opportunity, and timing all come together in unpredictable ways. The Browns have shown they're not afraid to take risks and make bold moves, and this potential trade of Kenny Pickett is just the latest chapter in that story. It's about building a roster that's not only talented but also flexible enough to adapt to any challenge. And for Browns fans, that's what makes this season so exciting: the hope that every decision, every play, and every game could bring them closer to that ultimate goal, a Super Bowl victory. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this whole situation with Kenny Pickett? Do you think the Browns should trade him or hold on to him for the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Browns.